On today's show, 20 great ideas for your social media channels.
This is 30-minute music marketing.
Cue title sequence.
30-minute music marketing for musicians who want to get better at marketing their music.
Hello, I'm Greg.
Hello, I'm Sheldon, and this is 30-minute music marketing, the show for independent artists and DIY musicians who want to get better at marketing their music.
That's you.
That's you. Thank you for watching, streaming. Well done. Have you watched episode 1 yet? That was quite good.
It was good starter.
It was. Welcome to episode 2, 20 great ideas for your social media channels. And we noticed that in episode 1, we were talking about all the ways that DIY artists were making mistakes. And I think one of the main ones was that on their social media channels, most DIY musicians just use it to plug their products.
Advert.
Come to my show, stream my music, watch my video, plug. And whilst obviously there has to be a certain proportion of that as you go about your daily DIY artist business, there has to be a great percentage, maybe 80% of the content on your social media channels needs to be fun, engaging, entertaining stuff. And I think we said at the time we'd devote a future episode to exactly what those things could be. And that is this episode.
So, and we're going to talk through 20 great ideas. 20
individual ones. Now, it may well be that each one of these isn't an exact fit for you and the music that you make, but I'm sure a great percentage of all these ideas you'll be able to adopt and use within your own social media channels.
So, let's get a cracking with the great tips.
I thought you were going to say cracking with a knacking then.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Okay, so great tip number 1. Competitions do a giveaway.
Everybody loves free stuff, and you can't get people more excited than giving them something for free, getting them to enter a competition. People love prizes.
Yeah, so, I mean, in terms of prizes, what would you recommend for a band that has no money?
For a band that has
marketing
no money,
budget?
well, it could well be that you offer them VIP access. Free backstage access. So if you're playing a show, you can say we'll get you in backstage, we'll get you in for the sound check, we'll give you an experience that nobody else who's a paying member of the public will have.
We will buy you a pint from the bar.
We will even buy you a pint from the bar, or give you free beer from the rider.
That's always better.
Potentially even better. You can sign stuff such as set lists. If you've got old drum heads, rather than throwing those away, you could sign and autograph those.
I know who are members here. He frequently signs drum skins and gives away drumsticks.
You can promise to write somebody a custom song. You can go around to their house and give them a free house concert. All these things will only just cost you maybe sort of time, but it won't cost you anything in monetary ways. So
actually, that was a big one on Kickstarter. Was the in-house concerts for people of contributing of a particular tier.
But if you're trying to get your audience engaged and trying to get them to,
and the other advantage of doing a concert in someone's house is that you film it and then you've got more content again.
Content. Wowzers. Okay, great number 1, great start. Number 2, throwback. Recycle and post an old photo.
But Sheldon, what happens if everyone's seen it already?
Well, what we need to do is we need to recontextualize it. So if something pops up on your timeline from a picture of a gig that you did 1 year ago today, maybe you can repost that gig and tell somebody a little story that they might not have known already. Did you have there's a funny story on the way to the gig, or was there a specific memory that you now have that you won't have particularly let anybody in on before?
It's a shame that we didn't take a picture at the end of the Morecambe gig where the battery in the van had run out and we had to jump start it.
Yeah, not many people know about the fact that our particular band, the battery had gone on the bus. And so we could have posted maybe a photo of the crowd and maybe told somebody a little bit of information that they didn't know already. So most people, and that's the great thing, every piece of social content, every photo that you post is really future material. You're creating your own archive that you can continually dip back into.
And the other thing with that is literally you have shown the journey, or in your case,
the journey didn't almost take place until he got his jump leads. Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome.
Yes.
All part of the service. The elusive country club service.
Thank you very much.
So, number 3, ask your audience a question.
Now, the thing is, radio stations are good for this in terms of engaging their audience. They will constantly ask their audience questions. So what will happen is breakfast shows, they'll get the newspapers out, they'll see what the popular news stories of the day are. So it could well be that there's a woman been locked in the toilets of a supermarket overnight. And what they'll do is, have you ever been locked in anywhere that's quite unusual? Ring in and let us know. So the more times you engage your audience, rather than just talking at them, if you can ask them a question and engage with them and get them to give you some information, it's a two-way conversation, and it's all the more better. You can ask your audience anything. It could be specifically related to the genre that you're in. It could well be that you're asking them which songs that they might like you to play on your forthcoming tour or at a particular gig. So yes, it's all about striking up a conversation, and asking questions is one of the best ways to do that.
I mean, in terms of you could ask them, you're going to do a reinterpretation of a song. Which song would you like us to reinterpret?
Or you could ask them something simple like, do you prefer Pepsi or Coke?
Didn't you do like your Desert Island Crisps?
No, that is already a copyrighted feature. But you could say, what's your favourite flavour of crisps? Or if you're an American, chips. Chips in the UK and England mean an entirely different thing.
Yes, they do. So, point number 4, Sheldon.
Number 4, curate some music. So, what at the moment is your favourite song? Like this week, today, what's your most favourite song? Post that and tell people why you like it. Have you heard the new song by, as we're recording this, new song by, in fact, they've released 3 this week.
Well, you haven't actually told me which song.
Sorry, Pet Shop Boys.
Have they 3 songs in 1 week?
3 songs in 1 week.
Who's produced the album?
I don't think it's an album. Albums, Greg.
Sorry. Who's produced
what is this? 2011?
Okay, sorry. Who has produced the singles?
I don't know.
Have you heard them?
Yes, there's one of them that's very good.
If you were to compare it to previous work by the Pet Shop Boys, what's it most similar to?
I don't know. It's about 1993 Pet Shop Boys, which is always a great thing.
Yeah, that's
So for example, I may well be retweeting that on my Twitter later on today. So yeah, tell people the music that you like, and because they're interested in your music, and they're probably interested in your musical tastes.
And for me, I discovered some video footage from Lush Classical, which is an event in Belfast, which is taking 20 years of dance music and putting it with a 60-piece orchestra. So I've been sharing that on my social media, and I'm very much intrigued, and actually now going all the way to Belfast for a weekend, which is a place I've never actually been to before. So, not only have they actually engaged with me in contact, but now I want to go.
There you go. Right, we're on to number 5, I believe.
Number 5, post a song from your local music scene. Now this is it's
groundbreaking, isn't it? Wow.
Actually sharing something by what most other bands would consider to be a competitor.
Is it competition, or are we all in this together?
Well, I have always said that no one band can create a scene.
Exactly. So enough of this jealousy. Put all that to one side. Just if there's someone else in your local music scene that's doing some really good work, find their latest song, track, or whatever, and give it a share. Saying this is good. We all need to support our local music scene.
Community is great.
What a strange concept.
I know.
That'll never catch on. That'll never catch on. So number 6, create a playlist. We live in a world of playlists. Who needs albums these days? So every couple of weeks or so...
That's only going to work if people have actually put their music on Spotify.
Well, yeah, no, it's not necessarily about promoting your own music.
No, I'm talking about other bands.
But yes.
Because as we discussed in our 15 deep dive session, that some people don't like to use Spotify. which is going to exclude you from this activity.
So, each individual month, maybe you might want to do, here's my playlist for January, full of January themed songs. Or you could create playlists around whatever topics that you want. Again, let people know what music interests you.
BT, actually, sorry to interject, but I know
BT.
BT did a thing very similar though, where he said submit your favorite 10 tracks on a playlist, and he would listen to all of them, and I believe he actually did listen to all of them. I'm gullible or just naive, and he whichever was the one he liked the most, he would then award a prize. So you can kind of connect that to point one. See, yeah. So. And I don't know what the prize was. I know, actually, I think he was going to give them a copy of the stems of one of his latest songs so they could remix it.
Oh, Robert.
Oh, Robert, yeah.
Yes.
So is this the next one mine?
If it's in bold, it is.
Number 7, a live stream and acoustic performance.
Dead easy. All you need is your phone. You just need a location. It could be a living room, could be a bedroom. It could even be in the bathroom. Make the location interesting. For an interesting video.
Most of you bands have a guitarist who likes to literally play the guitar.
All the time.
All the time, as we've discovered. If you were to actually look to the side, you would actually see that all the guitars are now in cases, because people cannot come in here without picking up a guitar and playing it. Even the Yamaha MIDI guitar, which is funny because it doesn't make much of a sound. But anyway, just pick up a guitar, set your camera phone or phone. The idea of a camera phone is no longer relevant, is it?
No, it's because you're old.
Thank you. And literally just play to the camera, Facebook live stream it. It's great.
Simple.
It takes 3 minutes.
It needs no preparation whatsoever. Point number 8, live stream a fan Q&A.
Now, there seems to be 2 live stream things. Why are you live streaming? So why is the emphasis on live stream?
Because live streaming is cool and it's hip, and if you do it on Facebook, the Facebook algorithm will prioritise it and more people will see it in their news feeds. Now, you made quite a good point in that a lot of musicians might not have too many people in their social media world, and would there be many people watching a fan Q&A? But what I would say is that if you give enough warning and maybe post on all your social media channels several times in the lead up to this, don't forget on Monday night 7 o'clock we're going live for our Facebook Q&A as way of an example. That's a good opportunity to try and sort of build traffic, and also as well what you can encourage people to do is maybe to leave questions if they can't watch it live on the night. Leave some questions underneath this particular comment and we'll answer it sort of there and then.
And make the effort of actually going through and answering those questions afterwards.
Scroll through.
The artists I like, who I watch, and these are Grammy nominated artists who write scores for films. Even they will spend the time to go through and answer these questions. This will make your fans feel like they exist,
special,
and appreciated and special.
Yes.
So next one is what's another one? A live stream when you're on stage.
Well, you can't necessarily do this if you're playing or singing on stage, but have a friend in the audience.
Or come here where we actually have Blackmagic broadcast cameras and we can do it for you.
Hashtag advertisement.
Yes. Product placement.
Product placement. But if you're live and you're on stage, give a friend your phone, log them into your social media account, and record where are you going?
I'm going to show something.
Live broadcast, 2 or 3 songs, around about 10 minutes or so.
Rode microphone. You can get it. It won't plug into an iPhone, but you can get the adapter. You plug this into your phone, you'll get decent sound without it being distorted.
It's more directional.
It's about 40 quid. Is that not worth buying and investing in?
That might be, I don't know, is that maybe $50?
Yeah, it's probably $40 to be honest.
We're international, Greg.
Yes, we are, and because of Brexit, it's probably only available for another 3 weeks.
But if you broadcast maybe on a Saturday night when your gig is, you can show all the people who are sat on their spotty lazy behinds at home what they're missing out on.
Remember, a gig should give you 3 elements of content, not only the performance that you're there, but things to take away from. I mean, why would you not want to capitalise on it 3 times?
Okay, number 10, talk about your interests. Again, your audience
outside of playing my guitar?
Yes, you have interests, and the thing is, all the people that you grew up and who you still like now, in terms of the musicians and singers and artists, you're interested in what makes them tick.
So I could talk about my slightly perverse collection of 90s trainers.
It could well be, and it could well be that if you're a musician and you have an audience, though, your audience are into trainers as well. So whatever you're into, whether it's Marvel movies, whether it's craft beer, whether it's football, whether it's rugby, you probably share a lot of interests with your audience at home. So again, you can maybe do like a video blog, you can talk about it, you can have conversations with your audience about it, so they can get to know a little bit more about you and what makes you tick. And the more you let people know about your interests, I think the closer you will be.
You talk about your band interest in Jaffa Cakes.
We've eaten Jaffa Cakes quite a lot, but now's not the time to go into biscuit-related chat.
So, number 11, Field Report. Tell people what you're up to right now.
So people want the latest news on what you're up to as an artist or musician. Again, you could do this live, you could do like a pre-recorded thing. Tell people about your latest, what your next single's going to be.
Is this not an advert, though?
I think it's done in an informal way. You're not specifically promoting one topic. If you do it as a piece of video content, then it's more entertaining, I would say, and more informal. So it's just keeping people up to date with all the news. So keeping people informed about all your future prospects, all your future plans.
So in some respects, it's more the delivery in this case being a video rather than, because as you said, if you kind of saying, hi, I'm from such and such, and currently we're doing this, we're doing that, it does sound, even though you might say, well, we've got a new single coming out, it's better than just going, listen to my single.
No, you're almost like drip feeding potentially in the lead up to it. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can do it on Instagram under 60 seconds, keeping people in the loop. And even if it's 6 weeks away from your latest single release, you can still give people a countdown and a little bit more information each and every time about how the project is moving along.
So tell us number 12, Sheldon.
Number 12 is post some rehearsal footage. Again, almost linking back to the previous point there. If you've got a song that's a work in progress, why not give people a little sneaky peek?
Let them, get an opinion from them on it.
Yeah, that's good. You might have potential lyrics for said song that's work in progress. You might even say to your audience, oh, which do you like, these or these? Don't forget, these are the people that are going to be actually listening to it at the end.
You could almost connect that to the ask them a question by saying, please finish this sentence and include it as part of your lyrics.
Are they then going to be claiming PRS on that now?
That's hey, but share and share alike.
Right, well, yes, they can have your PRS, they're not having mine.
Okay, right. And which one was it? Number 13?
Number 13.
Tell the story about one of your old songs.
So if you're a songwriter, you've probably written loads of songs, but do people know all the information as to what went on in the lead up to? What's the inspiration for some of your greatest songs?
You must have done this for one of your songs, right?
For legal reasons, probably not.
I thought you would have at least done I Fear, that well-known furniture selling place.
That song was written by a pool in Greece, I think. There you go. It was.
Okay.
But,
that's just how it happened.
That's just how it happened. But I'm sure you must have had many instances whereby a particular thing happened in your day-to-day activities, or a particular phrase came to you in the middle of the night, or when you were walking down the street, or you were playing a particular instrument maybe that you've never played before. So people are interested in the background details as to how their favourite music was created. Consider it the DVD extras to your music.
Okay, tell us the next one, Sheldon.
We're on to 14. Why not post something fun? Now, this could be a meme that you've robbed off the internet, obviously, Article 13, whatever. So, choose something that's wisely. You can repost something. Or if you've got some amusingly entertaining photos of maybe the people that are in your particular band, you could create some sort of meme out of that. I've got a good one of our lead singer that our bassist created. I'll show you after this.
I look forward to seeing that.
Using current.
What about fail videos? They're always amusing.
Yeah, it's
Cats being scared by cucumbers.
just basically try and brighten somebody's day. Heaven forbid they might have a good time on social media if you post something nice and entertaining.
Dogs trying to catch food in slow motion. That
Indeed.
can't catch.
Sorry, I've just realised that I've got a phone on my video that you're probably going to appreciate, but we can't really discuss here.
It's not the Gillian Anderson one.
It's not the Gillian Anderson one, though.
That
was quite enlightening.
Okay, number 15. It is caption competition.
Again, calling back to our first one. If you've got an amusing photo, you could encourage your social media audience to try and come up with an amusing caption for said photo, and maybe offer a small prize in doing so. They're quite popular. I should do those more. Number 16. Create some lyric art. So I don't know whether on your phone, Greg, you have one of those text apps where you can take a photo and you can put some nice sort of text behind it and apply some effects.
I think Android's capable of that. I'm not sure.
I've got a couple of apps. One's called Typorama. There's one I've got called Word sort of Swag. So you could take a lyric of one of your songs, combine it with some nice sort of background imagery, and just sort of post it, and you can stick it on your Instagram and brighten people's
Talking
day
of
with
other
it.
props, slightly digressing here, but I've yet to do it, and I'd like to. Taking the Hatsune Miku pedal, which if you want to sound like Miku, which is a Japanese pop phenomenon, what you can do with this is you can convert your English to Japanese and English phonetics, transfer that into here, and then have Hatsune Miku sing your lyrics, which would be quite entertaining.
That sounds a bit complicated. Have you ever actually used it?
No, not yet.
Well, there you go.
But
It's
if
so
you-
complicated.
If you watch the Andertons review with this pedal, it's hilarious.
Okay. Thanks very much
You're
for
welcome.
that, Greg. Was that anything to do with what we were talking about?
What was the question again?
It was lyric art.
Yeah, because okay, all right, it's lyrics. I got confused. I forgot about the word after the lyric, which was lyric art.
We can edit this out.
Yes.
I'm sure. Right, so that was 16. You're on
Overly
to.
excited.
I know you did. You're on to 17 now.
So
Greg.
teach people how to play one of your songs. I like this one.
Yes. Again, guitarist, pianist, bassist. I don't know. Whatever your preferred song is, you can show people how to play, or maybe even show people how to play on another instrument. So we got Bob, our bass player, he showed people how to play one of our songs on the ukulele, a popular instrument.
It is a popular instrument.
Show people how to.
Is he better on the ukulele than he is on drums?
He likes the ukulele, and
Strange one.
show people the chords, and then it took people through the song.
And how long was that content?
It's less than 5 minutes.
And what was the engagement like?
It was pretty good. And I said to him, "Now, can you do me one of those a month?" And he's never done another one since. So if you want anything doing, do it yourself.
Bob.
Yeah, never mind.
So number 18, Sheldon.
Number 18 is review something new. Tell people your thoughts on a new film, a new album, or a new Netflix show. I'm nearly at the end of season 1 of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, and I can't wait to tell people all about it. I really like it.
Talking of Netflix, I watched the end of the current season of Travellers, and that's come to an interesting conclusion.
So yeah, so again, it's all to do with letting people know what you're interested in, finding common interests between yourself and your audience.
Does it matter if it's, because I get a lot of people who seem to think it has to be just music. Music, music, music.
No. Obviously you like music, your audience like music, but music is not the only thing that makes the world go round. We have a myriad of interests, and probably with the internet and social media, everyone's exposed to more interests than ever before. So take a holistic approach to
Some people
to
are probably going to talk
entertainment.
about games and stuff
Probably
like that.
a lot of people are going to talk about games. Now,
Which-
games isn't my thing, but that's not to
really
say it
mine.
won't be your thing or your audience's thing. So if you like Fortnite, then good luck to you.
Although we are both of us are actually looking forward to the new season of The Good Place, aren't we?
Very much so. Heartbreaking at the end of the last episode.
No, we can't.
But we can't say
No spoilers.
You might not have seen it.
So yes, it was. It's a bit like, oh, what's going to happen now? But these are things that we can't be the only two people interested in the show. So sharing that with other people out there, again, it encourages conversation.
It does. Right, I think you've got number 19.
Number 19, run a poll.
A poll. Everybody likes to give their opinion on things, and polls can be useful to gauge the opinions of your audience, and you can do it in fun ways. So you could have, again, Coke or Pepsi. That would be a good fun poll, or something more akin to whatever your brand is and whatever your and your audience interests
Would
are.
you ever do if you say, for example, you're a metal band and you decide to say, do you prefer this metal band or that metal band? Would you bring bands into it? Or would you keep it completely?
I could bring bands into it. You could say which team do you, again, if you're which is the best game, if you're a gamer, hone these topics down to your individual area of interest.
I still think what's your 3 favourite bags of crisps that you could take to a desert island.
That's Desert Island Crisps. That's copyrighted. We can't.
I know, but it's new and I just think it's hilarious.
It's a podcast, Desert Island Crisps. Or it could well be you could use it in maybe a more creative way. You could say, right, well, our last song for our gig on Saturday night, it could be song A or song B. You get to decide, you audience at home. So you could do something along those lines. Or if you've got maybe 20 potential songs that you might want to put on your next album, you could play people clips of both, and you could ask them to vote as to which goes on there. So many creative things you could do with that.
Still like the crisps, and that's only just because I'm hungry.
That's because we do like crisps. And the last one is
number 20.
Number 20 is create a top 10. Again, this is people letting people find out more about your interests. And the great thing about top 10 is that you could do top 10s on so many things. So, for example, I could do a little piece of content about my top 10 favourite albums of all time. Or if I was a country artist, it could be my top 10 favourite country songs of all time, or my top 10 favourite crisps, or what have you. And whatever you're into, you could even strip this and do a countdown. And so I could go, now I'm a big Queen fan, so I could say, here's my top 10 Queen fans in order. And I could start at number 10, and I could say what my 10th favourite Queen album might be, which might be Queen 2.
So you went my top 10 favourite Queen fans. I'm like thinking, the fans as well.
No, well, that was, I'm getting slightly excited just because I'm thinking about
He is
Queen.
a really big Queen.
And it'd build up all the way to number 2, which might be Day at the Races. And then I could do these I could post these every Monday on social media, taking up 10 weeks. And then number 1 would
be greatest hits.
It wouldn't be greatest hits. You're one of the greatest hits brigade. Probably News of the World. But again, you could do. If there's 4 of you in the band, then you could each take one particular. There's so many things you can do with the top 10. Everybody likes a countdown. Again, people want to know more about you and your interests and what makes you tick. And any particular device or mechanism that you can use in order for that to happen is a great thing.
And how long has Desert Island Discs been going?
Oh, it's been going many, many years. If you're not in the UK, it's one of the longest running radio shows that the UK
on BBC
has
Radio
ever
4.
produced. And it's just basically people saying what they like music-wise.
The 10 albums they would take, 10 songs that they would take to a desert island, and then to make it even harder, if they could only save one, which one would it be? And I don't think I'd find it difficult to choose 10, not alone one song, because it all depends on my mood. So that is our top 20 tips for creating engaging content
on your social media channels without necessarily selling too much. Look at all those ideas. I mean, that's you've got weeks worth of content there you can be entertaining and bedazzling your social audience with. And we've done all this in round about 30 minutes. So we've done pretty well this week.
in a wanna.
In a wanna.
I think there's the first one really did help.
So if you've used any particular posts on social media that you've decided has gone down really, really well, why not post them in the comments below? Let us know.
Can they share the link? Can we actually go and see the post?
You could even do that. Will that allow you to do that on YouTube? There's only one way to find out.
I think you can post links to a Facebook page.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
And if that doesn't work, just write what it was in the comments section.
If there's anything you want to see us talking about in a future episodes, again, stick that there. Click the subscribe button, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, whatever that means. You're probably younger than me. I don't know anything. Well, I do, because that's why I'm doing this. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.